Very good afternoon to all. We are here for the afternoon session of the CPE program, Effective Presentation Skills. For this hands-on training on effective PowerPoint presentation, we have Dr. G. Shamala ma'am, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmacognosy, and Mr. S. Karthikeyan sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics, and Mrs. S. Vijayalakshmi ma'am, Department of Pharmaceutics. So the session will be started immediately. Sir, please proceed.
Thank you, Dr. Maida, madam. Myself, Karthikeyan from Department of Pharmaceutics, and along with me, Mrs. S. Vijayalakshmi, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics. Together, we are going to present the hands-on training and demos for PowerPoint presentation skills for conferences. So I hope in the afternoon we have asked the participants to share some of the model PowerPoints. If you have any model PowerPoints, you can just give a comment in the chat box so we can choose some participants. We can see some samples. How did you prepare your PowerPoint slides? Then we can start our presentation. Is there anybody who has already prepared a PowerPoint presentation? You can just give a comment in the chat box so we can ask the participant, then they can start sharing their screen. Participants, is there anybody who has their PowerPoint slides? You can just give your name, then you can share your screen. I hope if nobody is there, then we can start showing some demos. Okay, so let me just share my screen. Okay. Okay, let me just start. Most of the PowerPoint presentations, what we can see, some of the logos or some images, when they want to put in the slides, when you want to enlarge, what people do, a lot of mistakes is they'll just make like this, dragging the corners, and you can see it look like awkward. So what we say is it is better when you make any logo or any image, you can just scale the image, just go to the corner, you can see an arrow, then you just drag this, so the image will be, the proportion will not change. So whatever size it is, but still it will maintain the proportion. Otherwise, what will happen? It looks awkward, because I have seen so many photographs with the images or the logos, which will be like this. So we can avoid like this by just dragging the corner, and then we can scale the image so that it looks the same aspect ratio can be maintained. So that's one tip I just want to tell you. Right, and next one, we can just see how we can include video in your PowerPoint presentation. Suppose just let me just show you a demo. Just go to shape, insert, and then shape. I just choose a rounded rectangle, just a rounded rectangle, then go to format, and just choose the black one. That means I'm just trying to show a video in a mobile so that the viewers can see something a little bit. The video impact is like I'm playing it from a mobile phone. So then you can just go. This is just a simple technique which you can do. A circle. So it's like a button, home button, and just go to the format. So now it's ready. Then another circle inside. Okay. The same way in the format, and just click here, and it's ready. Now it's ready. It's looking like a mobile phone. So I have a video. So a small video for around 20 seconds. So this video I'm going to insert into my PowerPoint presentation. So let us see how to do. Just go to insert, and then you can see an option called movie. And in the arrow, if you click movie from file. So I clicked movie from file, and it is asking where to see, where to choose. So it just yes. So now the location you can just select, give OK. And it is asking whether automatically you want to play the video or you want to play when it is clicked. It is better you can just give when clicked. So now the video is ready, and I'm going to place it over here. And just because it is black and black in the background. So,
identity, size, and abundance.
Okay, now you can just see, select the video, just go to option, then just I'm going to click here. So it gives a border, white border. You can scale up the video also. You can enlarge it or small. Just let me just enlarge it. So looking like a mobile phone. So just I want to maintain the proportion. Now it is ready. So you can see in full screen. Now let me just click. You can see the video.
DNA identity, size, and abundance. And it can be used for detection of a specific DNA sequence in DNA samples.
So this is the easiest way. You can just click and insert your video. You can just play the video. Even if you want a content, you can just add a content here. You can add insert a text box. Then a description about the video you can just give. So it's easy inserting a video. And nowadays there are a lot of new versions where you can embed YouTube video, but for that you need a higher version of MS Office or Office 365. And just know what I'm showing is with available resources. This is MS Office 2007. So it's a basic version. Even with this version, we can play our video in PowerPoint presentation. And other tips like what we can avoid in preparing the slides. Some of the colors we can avoid, like you see in a yellow color, in a white background, which is not visible. So we can avoid choosing these colors for our fonts so that it will be better visible for the audience or even the judges. So we can avoid these kind of colors. And you can see the colors are too dominant. So we can avoid these kind of colors for our presentations. And we can better create some boxes so that, like, for example, a methodology, I'm just going here. I request the participants, could you please mute your mic? Yeah. So now these kind of presentation for the same thing like methodology, a person has given in a neat form so that it is easy for them to understand. So two-way flow is there in the horizontal as well as in vertical. So you can just give a presentation like this. We can avoid junks like we can see another slide, too many things they have put into a slide and different colors. And we may see this looks so energetic and looking good, but it may not be good for the audience or the viewers. So better we can avoid so many colors, usage of so many colors and so many images. So make it simple and make it more professional so that whoever viewing our slide, they can see our communication in a proper way. And what else we can do while preparing for a presentation for a conference? And the number one is when and how to provide your presentation file. So before going to a conference, we should ask their organizers and when we should provide your presentation file. Last minute, if you send the file, they may miss out, or how to send the file, whether through email or we have to bring on in person. So that we have to confirm so that we can give our presentation in a better way. And what kind of computer they are going to use. Suppose I prepared a higher version, MS Office or some animations in my PowerPoint presentation, but the institution or the organizers where I'm going to give a presentation, that computer may be an older version, so which may not support many of our good animations. So all our efforts will be gone waste, and last minute it will give you put on more pressure on you. So it's better we can prior we can ask them what kind of software they have. For example, we have Office 2007. So many of them, at least this is a basic software. Many of them will have. But if you prepare from advanced version, it is you please ensure with the organizer, do they have the same version? And another thing, some of the right now, many of the organizers, they have their own computers, but sometimes they may ask you to bring your own laptop and then you can collect your laptop and present it. That is a comfortable way. Then you can prepare it from your laptop and you can easily prepare, present in their laptops. And sometimes the alignment also will change according to the version or the margins. So that also you have to ensure. So always please be in touch with the organizers when you go to conferences. This is a technical thing, so you can better confirm it with them. And then what presentation format their computer will support. Just now we discussed the same thing. And who will change the slide? That's another question, because I prepared my slide in my way and someone else will be sitting there, because some of the places you can see the podium will be far from the place, from the computer or the projector, and someone else will change the slide and I may not have the control over it. So they may go further or they may go backward, and then that won't look good. So it's better you can ask them. If they say no, we can change, that means can we bring our remote? Right now you can get any remote from Amazon, 400 rupees. You can just change a slide wherever you are. With a remote, you can just change the slides. So that's the easiest option. Do their computer is support? For example, in our institution, we don't allow any USB pen drives in our access to our CPUs, and no other external devices can be used. So in that case, you cannot use a remote. So you can always ensure that whether is there any option provision is there. And do you need any speaker? Because some of the videos you may prepare with the audio, and if they don't have any speaker, only the mic you can talk, then it won't be good. So better you can ensure that. So you can consider all these while preparing your PowerPoint presentation for a conference. And already we just discussed, is there any MS Office version that you can also confirm it with them. Okay, then let me just show you a sample PowerPoint. Okay. better we can arrange our images and then our content. So it's up to you whether you want to animate sentence by sentence, or sometimes like this. I would just want image first and then the content and then one group. So it's a grouping. You can make it in custom animation and then like a drug. So I just aligned all my presentations, left side my images and right side my content. You can just see I'm just giving point by point. It is automatically coming. Either you can make it even every point after a click, or you can just give automatic. So now I have given automatic. That's looks better because that may test your patience, because audience may not be patient if you choose sentence by sentence. So it's better we can just give animation, but still it should be faster. The same way. So you can just see the animation is automatically coming, and you can control the speed in custom animation, whether you want slow or fast or very fast. It's up to us. And then better you can give a reference for images. So this image I have taken it from my internet or another research article. So it is better then and there you can just give under the image a reference, so that because some of the images are copyrighted, which we are not supposed to use in our PowerPoint presentation. Since it's academic purpose, so I can cite their references. So then I can confidently use their images. So that because I can say their images taken from Macros, Fernandez et al. So I'm just citing their references, so I can use the image now. And aim and objective, instead of giving a paragraph, there is option primary and secondary. So small boxes we can make. It's a simple box. Just I have given a shadow. So you can just make it simple but more pleasing. And plan of work you have seen. Just now you can see an animation which can just show you. In my first step, I'm going to do this synthesis. And in my second step, I'm going to do a formulation. In my third step, what I'm going to do. So these kind of animations can give you a step by step, but still the animation can give you a better professional way of presentation, or it is pleasing so that the viewers can get a better understanding of our presentation. And like images, if you want to, instead of giving text, you can also give an image, because image can speak a lot. Instead of just I want to tell them, tell the audience that I'm going to use FTIR. Instead, if I put an image, so that gives an, because otherwise people may not have, they may not have seen, so they have to imagine. But now just I put an image, so they know what is differential scanning calorimeter, then just step by step what I'm going to do in my study. So these kind of presentation, if I give, and that gives a better understanding. This is also another animation. So continuously it comes step by step, and what I'm going to do at each step after the synthesis, then I'm going to lyophilize, and then I'm going to evaluate, so that this gives an understanding. And it gives, instead of giving a text, I just mixed with the important text and the image. So this gives a better presentation. And similar way, you can even include images with animation. So now I'm just showing a preparation. So you are going to add a drug and then lipid and polymer, and then just given a procedure, a shot, and then how I'm going to evaluate in an instrument. Then I'm going to stabilize it with a sonicator at what RPM, then what I'm going to get. So this will give an entire procedure in a nutshell. So this can be done in a PowerPoint presentation to avoid a lot of junk content. And many of the tables you can see, it is by default, the letters will be in the top. So it is better you can just bring it in the center, so that, and colors can be changed. If you see, you can just go to the PowerPoint in the format option, you can see a design. I'm just clicking here, I can just change the color. So there is no point. So now I can go here, all borders. So that means select everything and then give all borders. So what will happen, I'm just getting a color. Even you can change the header color by just giving violet or purple. Okay, now it's up to you to change, but it is now looking good. If I don't want to give a simple one, I want a colorful one. So let me just click on the design and then can go. Sorry for my mouse. I can just see here. It looks color. So light and dark color. And now, as we discussed, the title, I'm just going to change the color. So you can do that, whichever color you want, dark sky blue. Okay. So that's all. So you can give a presentation in a better way. So in the table already we discussed. So you can just arrange the layout. I've seen so many presentations by default, the wordings are in the top. So you can just choose center and then the middle so that everything is coming. So suppose if I want only in the left hand side, so just that's all. So you can just change. And if I want to add another one the same way, like in design, you can just add a right column. So you can just add another column. So that's up to us to just add, and then in PowerPoint itself we can prepare. So no need to copy it from Word and then paste it in our PowerPoint. So you have less options to edit. But if you prepare it in PowerPoint itself, the table can have a lot of options. So you can change the color or you can do a lot of animations. So that is possible with only a PowerPoint presentation tables. Okay, then a mixing of the images and content. So again, I'm just giving you, I'm going to talk more. So you just keep the content less, preferably the most important bullet points you can give, and rest you can talk. If you keep the full content in the PowerPoint slide, so instead of looking at you, the audience will look at the slides and they will start reading. So they will go further or they will go much faster than you. So the audience attention will not be with the speaker. So it is better you keep the content less and you talk more. So they all will look at the speaker. So you have the control over there. So it's better you can keep it simple and minimize and give images in a more pleasing way. And instead of theory, just you can see here, I didn't use any theory, just diagrammatic representation is explaining the MTTS. So cell seeding and MTT reagent, incubation, absorbance. So the entire procedure I'm explaining with the image. So this gives an comfortable way of communicating a procedure so that people will not get bored and it looks interesting. The same way you can do for other studies. Now I mixed this cartoon clip art and this is a real image. So I'm just showing them after taking the cell lines. Once the growth is over, then I will take up the cell lines and then I will centrifuge the cell. So the next image, it's a mixed of both real image and clip art. And if I have too many things and it's up to you to arrange it in a better way. So like in vivo, I want to just show them I'm going to do animal study. I want to describe the animal characteristics in the left side and then the grouping and then what procedure I'm going to do in a nutshell. And better you just highlight in case if you get any ethical approval number in the slide itself so that you can avoid a lot of questions. Then they will ask, do you have any ethical approval? So you can highlight in the slide itself. The slide should speak more than what we are talking. And a histology study. So all these I just kept minimal and still the most important points are highlighted in these slides. An expected outcome, instead of giving theory, just you can give an animation. So it gives a lot of impact, what I'm expecting from my study. Okay, then another way you can do an animation, just these are all a little bit advanced. So it's difficult to prepare because you can see one simple animation and how many slides it requires. So this is another presentation for a teachers how to prepare for a class. So it's a tick mark, so checklist, whether I have prepared notes from the textbooks and examples, which is a real life example. So instead of just giving theory like a checklist, and I'm just showing it in animation. So it looks good, but for that you need, can you just, yes. So how many slides you can see? 1, 2, 3, 4. So each tick mark, there is each slide you need to animate. So the same hand, same pen, same tick mark. I just, in the next slide, I just simply copy and paste. Then you can just select the image, then bring it down. Can you just see? So I just have to the next, selected the next one. So the tick mark also I'm just selecting. See, the previous one I just copied, but it takes time. But if you do that, that gives you the real result. So that's what I did. So almost 7, 8 slides I copied, and each tick mark. So this animations will look good. And this is what the background, I make it very simple and most important point. And let me just show you another animation. The infographics, so the teacher's voice should be good. So instead of giving a theory, I'm just showing it is audible and mic with the speaker. So whatever I want to communicate, there is a small infograph. So that also give added value to our talk, but it should complement. We should not choose an infographic which is not relevant, then people get confused. So whatever we are going to communicate, that the infographic should complement what we are talking, then only our presentation will be more effective. And here another example. So these are all I have taken it from internet and using it in my slide. So in a classroom disciplinary problem, is there any disciplinary problem? Then classroom rules has to be set, and we need to give them a choice whether if you are being good, and I will also be good. If you don't be, then you can see the consequences. So this is just an example for a teacher. So just I'm showing a street light animation. So encourage them with the positive behavior. These are all the content, but you can see the animation looks good. So this is taken from internet. So you can use, because a lot of informations are there in internet. Wherever it is suitable, you just use those animations. So our presentation will look good. So this is another animation slide where I'm just sliding, turning the pages. So you can just see the activities for the teachers. The content of the slide is activity for a teacher. So you can just see click, the page is moving, like turning the files. So quiz, I'm just showing, these are all animations. Many animations I have compiled in one slide. So you can just see one by one, it will just move. And in quiz, what else we can do? So you can just again see some of the infographics are there. These are all the infographics. So that has to be synchronized with your presentation. And then in the next quiz, and you can see the next slide again, there is animation. So the role play can be done. So this is another animation, so popping up. So this can be used for so many variety of slides. Whenever you want to give them in a number, you can use these kind of animations. You can see problems. So this content is general. Then you can go to subject, and then you can give real life. That means a role play. Instead of giving directly a subject, the teacher can give starting with a problem and then a complex. So I just want to show them a sequence. So I'm just using this animation. This really complement what I want to talk. Then how to get attention from the, individual attention to students. So this is what the content of the slide. So I'm just showing step by step. So in attendance we are going to take, and then in practical we can take Viva. And then in tutorial classes for slow learners, problems, interests, you can learn from the students. So just these kind of animations you can use for a slide. And you can see a number, an image, and a content. So there are so many ways you can show your presentation, but it should effectively communicate what you want to talk. And many contents now I have, that means a challenge activity. So in Google Classroom, in WhatsApp, so a small description is there. So you can also highlight so many things in a single slide. And then giving a feedback, another animation. So all these animation I have edited according to my content. It was actually totally different for another business purpose. Now I've taken it in for my presentation. I edited everything except the image and the animation, custom animation. We have to go inside because once we copy it from internet, the animation will change. So we need to custom animate the content or the image. So it is better you should learn how to do a custom animation. Then only you can effectively use all these images or animated GIFs. Okay, then I'm just showing step by step what I'm going to give a feedback. So just I'm also giving the image like a student is at the starting stage. So when I'm giving some feedbacks, then positive first, then students is get up. That means they are just now, the dull students are now become active. And then if I compliment them, that become more active, and then give rewards, then they run faster. So, and finally the students can achieve. So just want to show them the image also complement with what I'm talking. So it should synchronize. So in one slide, it looking like it one slide, but it's so many slides, but the animation looks, I turn page by page. So you can use these kind of animations. And these are all animations available. You can just use with the image. Inside you can see an image and the content and the heading. And a small one, which is, so this emphasizes which is more important, and then the additional points. So these kind of animations you can use. So I want to tell them, actually, this is a key. The three things are key. So I just put a key. And then what important things is, number one is the expectation. We need to tell the students what is our expectation. And the another key is the marks breakup. For example, if I want to give them the marks, how much I'm going to give for each heading or subheadings, or then only they know how to present in their examinations. And in practicals, I need to ensure theory and practical is different. Practical is based on skills. So these kind of things I want to tell them. So this animations give me the better way of presenting the points. And do's and don'ts. And again, you can use slide format. You can just go to the layout. You can just see there are so many layouts are there. If I want to use only the image, I don't want anything else, not even a title, then go to blank. And if you want only the title, otherwise, by default, many slides, if I click a new slide, you can see a title I'm giving. But always this text box will be disturbing in between if I want to add image or video. So it's better you just go to layout and then you can change only the title I want. I don't want anything else. So in the layout, you can, if I want to compare, you can just see comparison to subheading. There is a main heading and two subheading and then two contents. So head to head we can compare. So this is a layout if you change, and then you can just change the image with the format, and you can just see it's all available. I'm not going to do anything, just you can see embossing is automatically is coming. So you can just make use of it. And in the content, I don't want to use much, so I'm just giving a shape fill, a little gray for both, and want to give some shadow so that it looks simple but more effective. So now you can see the slide. I want to compare a simple slide, but yet it looks appealing, so that I can head-to-head comparison can be given in a slide. And what additional skills we need to have for PowerPoint presentation. And there are, just now I just shown you so many infographics that can be taken it from YouTube. There is a PowerPoint tutorial. Many tutorials are there. If you are good at technical skills, you can prepare your own content. You can customize what you want. So you can prepare the slide or a beaker, whatever you want, you can definitely do, because the recent versions, they give so much of options. So you can really make a wonderful presentation by using those kind of things. If you don't have, don't worry. I'm not a technically good person, but still I want to make my presentation effective. Go and visit these kind of YouTube channel. You can see PowerPoint University, that is a YouTube channel. They have so many content, designs are there. You just collect, download one design, only one slide, just you can use it. So another tutorial is a PowerPoint school. So these kind of channels are there. There are so many channels are available. Yes, I'm highlighting these two channels. You can find so many infographics. So just simply copy and paste with your content. So it's the easiest way you can do an effective presentation by using so many infographics. And animations, it's little tough really, because animations, you need a lot of skills. If you want to make especially a custom made animation, but a lot of tutorials are there, or even courses are there in Swayam. You can see a free course. If you want a certificate only, you have to pay. Otherwise, the entire course is free. And a lot of courses are there, different softwares you can use. Better you can enroll in the animation course. You get all the contents, you learn, but you need not to attend the exam. You can use it for your class preparations or your conference preparations. You can custom make your animation that looks more effective than anything else. So a lot of options are available. It's up to us whether which one we are going to choose. And typing skill also important for PowerPoints. So a lot of online tutorials are there. You need not to even download a software, just you visit a website and you can just type. So your typing skill can improve your lessons. A lot of tips are there. So by sitting at a location, you can definitely, without going to typing classes, but still you can improve your typing, because that is also important for preparation. So you can quickly prepare your PowerPoint slide within a short period of time. And then video editing, already I discussed, we are not focusing on the technical people, but those who cannot edit. So since a video is almost, for example, NPTEL video. So it's 1 hour video, but I want only 2 minutes content. That animation is very useful for me. So the easiest way is just go to your video. Suppose, for example, this is a video. In VLC player, you can just use, it's better you can use a VLC player. If you have a VLC player, then you can have an option. I think the system don't have. But if you have a VLC player, what you can do is just go to a view button and then click advanced control. And most of the YouTube, you can, VLC, you can see these bottom options, the play, pause, and other things. But if you go to view and then click more advanced control, you can see there is a red color button that is called record. So I just play the content, 1 hour content. So in between, I want an image or a video. So just to that place, I just stop and then click the record button. So what will happen? It starts recording. And then when the content is over, I can just stop again, click the button again. It will record and then it saves in the my computer, my files in videos. So like if I record, then where it will go, you can just see my computer. So since I didn't record, but I'm just telling you, the library, under library, you can see videos. So here only the 2 minutes video will be recorded. So easiest way, without doing any software, you can just simply copy the part of a video. And if I want 5 minutes in the initial, and in the middle, I want another 2 minutes video, and in the end, 1 minute. So you just do all this in one file. You can just see, you can copy everything in one folder. So what you can do, right click a folder, play with VLC. What will happen? All the 3 videos will play as a one video. It looking like a short video, but no gaps will be there. and continuously it will play. It's an excellent way of presenting a video without using any softwares or without having any technical skill, but still you can make use of it. So wherever videos are there, definitely you can use it for your PowerPoint presentation. So that's all my side. So is there any question you have? Audience, if you have any questions related to the animations or the PowerPoint preparations, I'm happy to help you. And if there is no question, then we can move to the next presenter. I invite Dr. G. Shyamla Madam to take over the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Karthikeyan. We had a good session with lots of animations and videos. Even there are lots of things are there to learn. I'll just give a general outline how to present for a conference or how to present our research findings. Okay, so let me start with it. Okay. So PowerPoint presentations for conferences. I'm more specific to the topic, but I have not given much technical expertise like Mr. Karthikeyan. He has given very nicely about the animation skills, but I'll just give an outline. Okay. Are you able to view the slides? Okay. So I just give an outline about the effective presentations. The presentations with the right topic and with good illustrations, right topic with good illustrations, on-time presentations with better images. I can complete within this. That means the right topic and title and with good illustrations, on-time presentation with better images. So I feel this is the very important key point before we present to the research councils or researchers, I mean in any conferences, anything. So let me start with that. Design with the impact. So we have to plan earlier. So that is, we have to plan slide layout. So what type of slide layouts we have to do? Whether this organization of the content and visual layouts. So how to give, what are the visual layouts we have to give and what are the theoretical points we have to give, so that we have to, it should be the first chance for our design. And then the choice of font. Since it is a research presentation, definitely we have to go with the professional presentations, especially for the title and all. We have to go with the Tahoma and Gill Sans will be the preferable for the headings, and inner font size. We have to concentrate on the font size also. Font size, some of the literatures or some of the presentations, they are mainly saying about the font size is mainly, it should be the content font size should be 26 size, like that. And then color impact, some of the color impacts is clearly explained by the Mr. Karthikeyan. It is not with the very dark colors or very bright colors. We should give a powerful visual image. That's very important. Wrong colors to the background will flop entire show. So we have to better, we can, even if don't have any color options, better we can give the white background with the black letters, what we have given to this slide. And then we have to use, of course, the wise use of graphics, and graphics where we can we can use in different softwares in different way. So for PowerPoint presentations, I mean, for any research presentations, we can go with the 3 different types of software. One thing it may be Microsoft PowerPoint, another thing it may be Google Slides, another thing it may be Apple Keynotes. But in the most preferably, everyone will go with the PowerPoint presentations. So some of the persons you can do with even Google Slides. Even I think you will be knowing about the Google Slide preparation. Even with our voice, it can be converted into words. So of course, during this COVID period, we have all tried like that. Our voice will be converted into words. So like that also we have tried. And then special effects. Some of the special effects, we have to give animations and transitions. The animations in between the inside a single slide. This animations, lots of animations is shown by Mr. Karthikeyan. For the background, slide background and images, we can do the animations and transitions, slide to slide change. We have one slide to another slide change. It comes under the category of transitions. So even infographics, we can include infographics. All these things will be, we have to plan area. That's what it's designed with the impact. And then better we can have a handy checklist. Since it is a research presentation, we should have definitely a handy checklist whether we have how we are planning like that. So major outline will be scope of our research work, and what are the content, what should be the content, and then what are the methodology we have followed, and how to report and how to give the conclusion. So there is a need of a handy checklist for scope, content, methods, reports, and conclusion. And then title slide. So we have to give care to the topic before giving a presentation to the conference. We have to check their conference aim. What is the scope of the conference? Whether our research work coincide with that particular titles, we should select accordingly. And then we have to make the title only what you know. You have to make the title only what you know and what we can demonstrate. Without demonstration, clear demonstration, without clear presentation, without clear idea, we should not select the title. And then what we have experienced, that should be the first criteria itself, what we have experienced. That's what we have to give in the research outline, give as a research outline. And being absolutely clear about the terms and conditions. Some of the institutions or some of the researchers, some of the research conferences, they might have given the terms and conditions. That is, you have to go with only 7 minutes of presentation or 5 minutes of presentation, or you have to use only 10 slides or 12 slides or 15 slides. So these terms and conditions, we have to be very clear. And then introduction, we have to pay attention to the introduction. Usually the audience always will, it is a research finding, always the audience used to concentrate in the first and last. So we have to give more concentration after the title slide. We have to give more concentration to the introduction. So the introduction should contain what is the purpose of the study, discovering the purpose, and what is our knowledge inputs, what is our hypothesis, how we are focusing. So that is very important for the introduction point, discovering the purpose, and then what is our knowledge inputs. And we are focusing on, of course, we are focusing on audience. Even we can include more graphical representation, that is infographics, and then visual images like that. Okay. Next, I have shown a simple graphical abstract. Even lots of graphical abstract being shown by Mr. Karthikeyan. It is a very simple graphical abstract. It's a root of some plant material, and it is pharmacognosy work. So that is why we have taken successive extracts, and we have done the phytochemical screening using, and then we have done the spectral data confirmation. And after screening, the materials have gone with after phytochemical screening. We have done certain validation protocols for the standards, and we have done some in vitro cell line studies and in vivo cell line studies and everything. have come with the compiled with the spectral data, everything spectral data. So this gives a graphical representation of entire study. So these type of graphical abstract is essential for some of the scientific publications as well as some of the conferences. They might have been mentioned. You give the graphical abstract. So this is a graphical abstract for a journal. For a journal requires definitely a graphical abstract. Some of the journals, not all the journals. So for that, I have just made a small outline. And then our scope and objective, and it needs to be specific and measurable. Specific, so only a single, not as a single, it should be a what if we are aiming, it should be that aim, our scope, it should be we have to reach this path, this place. So the scope should be a very clear scope, and then specific scope and measurable. It's a measurable outcome. It should give a measurable. So I need to reach this place within this time, with the stipulated speed and with the stipulated vehicle. So like that, we have to keep our scope. And then we have to list our main idea. We have to, in the scope and objective, we have to list out our main idea. It may be a single objective or it may be a more than one objective. It may be a more than one, depends on the study. So we have to list our main idea in the scope. And then a vision of the future, the scope should lead with the end of the scope. It should give a vision of the future. So in future, how it is going to benefit, and that vision should be there for our scope. If it is, if the objective is prepared in such a way, it will be very catchy to the researchers. Objective, and even before doing our research, if this is not the preparation after completing our study, before doing our study, before going to the conferences, before doing our study, we can plan like that, a specific and measurable goal, and we have to list our main ideas, and then we should have a definite vision of the vision of the future. And then plan of work. We can divide the plan of work into different phases. Phase 1 is what, and phase 2 is what, and phase 3, phase 4, phase 5, like that we can divide according to our work. So phase 1, so what is our aim for this phase 1? Phase 1, what we are going to do, what is the process we are going to follow? So this should be our plan of work. What is our aim? Phase 1, what we need to do and how we are doing, what we need to do, how we are doing. So every phase should give these illustrations, what we need to do and how we are doing. So this is our plan of work, what and how. So here I just simply have given aim and process in a hierarchy picture, or you can use any picture. We can convert accordingly, whatever we require. We can clip art, many smart art are there, we can convert according to our requirement. So this comes under the category of plan of work. Of course, even if we can plan our work like this also. So what are the, so this is for accreditation purpose. We just I'm just giving an outline. So what are the different plan of work which comes under the different headings. So this is also one pattern. And then another plan of work. So herbal medicines. So this is about a study. I need to say about a study. So for that I have planned. So this is about the source from where I am getting, and then formulations. What are the different formulation? For standardization, what are the procedures and what are the regulatory guidelines? So like that, it is a very simple plan of work. This is for a presentation and not for any research work. This is for a presentation. I made this one. So that's why I have shared this slide. And then, so it's like a mind map. We can use like a mind map. So this is also downloaded from the website only. It is downloaded from the Government of India. Some of the persons from Regional Research Laboratory, they have presented this for standardization of Ayurveda drugs. So from there I have taken. So this is like a mind map. So this will be, instead of writing number of text in our slides, like a mind map, we can prepare what is our ultimate aim, what are the ways to reach the aim, and what are the methods to follow up, and what are the process required to get this ultimate goal. So all these things comes under, it's like a mind map. We can say it's like a mind map. Within a single chart, we can explain the entire requirement or entire process. Yeah, this is also a diagrammatic representation. So this will give you a plan plant which contains these constituents, even I have mentioned in the name as well as with the diagram, what's its purpose? A very simple picture, diagrammatic picture. It indicates a clear idea. This is the plant material, and this plant material, it is constituents. These constituents are nature of chemistry, and what is its formulation. But no, only thing, this use is not mentioned over here, but it is we can orally communicate. So like this diagrammatic representation will be the better one. And then even I have given for the nutraceuticals, some of these things we can use. These these nutraceuticals, we should definitely include antioxidants, diabetic, probiotics, like that. So these type of illustrations also we can include. If one is our ultimate aim, what are the things are necessary? So these type of diagrams or these type of smart art can be included for a theoretical portion, even for a study pattern. And then reports, how to make it reports in that, because data integration is a very important one. In that we need to clearly mention about the accuracy of, we have to concentrate about the accuracy of data, and we have to give the actual measurements or observations. Actual measurements and observations, it's very important. Even if there is any mistake in that data, the researchers will definitely find out. If there is mistake also, we have to report it as such as the mistake. We need not hide about any mistakes. And then raw data, that's what's said to be raw data with solid documentation. This will support you in the research findings and research conferences a lot. Raw data with solid documentation. What are the data? We need not manipulate. We should not go for these manipulations. And if there is any data, if a linearity graph is, we are not getting, so for example, for a quantitative estimation, we are not getting a linearity graph. We need not plot with, or we need not alter the data. We need not plot with the help of Microsoft Excel. So all these things can be avoided. So we have to give raw data with the solid documentation, and we have to report it with the actual observations. Actual observation, there is a need of fact. There is not necessary to alter anything from that. And then our conclusion should be outcome of the work. It should reflect, while writing conclusions, definitely we should check our scope and aim of the study, whether we have reached our scope, our aim, whether we have attained our scope, and what is the outcome in that. So we have to definitely correlate our scope and the conclusion. What is the outcome of our work? And then we should give about the future perspectives. What are the different types of activities can be related or can be further proceeded for these further proceeded for these research work. And then what should be the societal benefit? So that gives you more not only attraction, a clear view about your research work. So with this, if you present, definitely you can get a good research paper or research presentation in the conferences. You can get a good paper. So this is about the entire research presentation, how to prepare a PowerPoint presentation for research conferences, research works and conferences. So any doubts, anyone? I think we can conclude. And actually some of this, of course, I have some of the do nots also. So what we should not do, we should not read out the slides just like that. The slides, even in some of the conferences I have seen, some of the persons will be continuously reading out the slides. They don't give time, or they don't face audience at all. And then going over the time, if they allotted time is only 5 minutes, they will be going over the time, and they are failure to make eye contact. Definitely the person who is in the stage, they should have eye contact with the entire audience. And lack of conviction, they might not have done practiced, and they don't have any confidence in that, and no enough visuals. There is a need, only write-ups will be there in some of the presentations. So there is a need of definitely an image or visual pictures should be included. And lack of practice, of course, due to lack of practice, they might be students or some of the persons might be missing some. There will not be any correlation between what they speak and what is there in the slide. So that is also comes under lack of practice. And then too many lines on the slide. Number of lines will be more. I have shown, I have given here as an example. number of lines are more, and as well as the letter is so small, we cannot read. So we have to, not like sentences, we have to give only the hints in these slides, not like, so we should not continue like a sentence, and we should give only hints. And of course, initially itself I said the font size should be more than 26. That we have to very much we have to concentrate. Font size should be 26 or above 26, and the lines should be very clear, and it's not like an entire paragraph. It should be a hint, small points. So these are all the do nots of the slide preparation. And then references, yeah, I have some of the one presentation I have referred, that Making Great Business Presentation by Lara Spencer. I thank them for the advice. So any questions? Complete this session. Any questions? Questions to the audience? Any questions regarding the presentation? No questions? Any questions are there? You can click into the chat box. You can keep it in the chat box or raise your hand. Thank you. Thank you for the Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry for giving the opportunity, and our principal. I thank our principal for giving this opportunity.
No questions. So we will wind up the session. I thank Mr. Karthikeyan sir as well as Dr. G. Shamla madam for their informative session. So with this, we have come to the end of this third day program of effective presentation skills. So the next session will be tomorrow at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. So kindly join before 5 minutes. Thank you one and all.
Thank you.